guys, Michelle here. Welcome back to my channel and to the long-awaited new drugstore makeup tutorial. I think that's what I'm gonna call it. Here I have a whole bag full of new drugstore makeup. This last week I decided to go on kind of like a little drugstore makeup shopping spree. Obviously Ulta and Sephora's aren't open, even though I don't even get my makeup at Ulta or Sephora. I haven't been to Sephora in years, to be honest. I only go to Ulta for like ColourPop or things like that, or just to browse around, but I haven't really gotten or purchased high-end makeup in a really long time. And I've always been a fan of drugstore makeup. Like, I know the good ones, you guys. Like, I got you guys. And I got a whole bunch of new things. I got literally like a full face, like 3 pairs of lashes, an eyeshadow palette, 2 new like beauty blender type things, all for like 70 bucks. I'm really excited to show you guys all the products that I've been liking. This week I've done my makeup like 3 times, which is really rare because I only like to do my makeup when I go out and stuff like that, not so much just to like do it in the house. And if I do, it's maybe once a week, like once a month. So this week my makeup was coming out so good that I was like, I can't wait to share my favorites with you. So I think it's gonna be mostly like a new drugstore makeup and also drugstore favorites video, just kind of like on what's been my go-to makeup look recently. So let's just go ahead and get started. So to get started, we're gonna start by hydrating the face. So I'm using this Hard Candy Hydrating Primer Mist. By the way, I got all of this at Walmart, and Hard Candy I think you could only find at Walmart. So I have a huge soft spot for Hard Candy because Hard Candy was one of the first brands that got me into festival makeup and like colorful makeup, because it was the only place where I could afford, well, and also used to steal. I used to steal a lot when I was younger. I know, super terrible. I'm not proud of it. I am the queen of oversharing and I tell you guys everything. So yeah, I used to steal a lot. I was young and dumb, alright? And I really wanted to go all out in my makeup and I couldn't afford everything, obviously. So Hard Candy was the brand that got me into glitters and all of that. So I wanted to try something from them. I just didn't know what. The things that they do offer, I didn't need any glitters or anything like that, but I wanted to try something that I know like it can't really be too much of a miss. Like, you can't really fail it. So lately my skin has been super dry, so I got this hydrating primer mist, and I think it was like only like $3, no more than 4, but I think less than 4. And I've been really liking it. It smells like vacation, and yeah, so you don't even need all that much, and it hydrates your face. And even like when it gets on my lip, I let it hydrate my lips. I've been really enjoying that. It smells so good. You can also use this as a finishing spray and a hydrating spray. I've been using it for both, and this literally leaves my skin when I finish my makeup looking so glowy, and it sets so nice that it looks so natural, like you would think it's my skin. I know that I really love my Wet n Wild like natural finish spray, because to me it's kind of like dupe for the Urban Decay All Nighter. Like, that one like really makes it like stick to my skin and makes it feel like it's really on. This one kind of feels like effortless, like it feels really comfortable. So this is definitely a huge hit for me. I am obsessed with this. Now we're going to start with brows. So for brows, I've been using this instant brow pencil from e.l.f. As you guys can see, I've been growing out my brows. Let me see if you can see that. You guys see that? Whoa! I'm trying to go for more of like a bushy natural brow, something that is, I don't know, something that I've always wanted. And I feel like my brows were growing into this weird shape because, as you guys know, I haven't gone to do my brows in a really long time. I just kind of use my little brow razor, which always worked for me, but now that we're in quarantine and I've always wanted to grow out my brows, I'm like, what better time to do so? So I've just kind of been letting them chill. And this brow pencil, this is in the darkest shade they have. I really like it because the formula of it makes it like, my hairs are really thick. This just kind of gives it like this really natural look, and it kind of like blends in really well with like my thick hair. Some brow pencils, like, you could tell you really did your brows, and like you see your thick ass hairs go through it if you're someone like me that has really thick eyebrow hair. But this just kind of blends in really well, and again, really cheap. Actually, first, before we do that, I actually like to put a brow gel on my brows first. This one isn't a drugstore one. This is the Benefit Brow Setter, so don't mind me. If you're looking for a really good drugstore brow setter, brow gel, the NYX one, it comes in a white bottle. I used to use that one all the time. That one was the one that I used to use. This, I've just been loving this one because Benefit sent me it. I've just been using it. I don't feel the need to go buy another one if someone sent it to me for free. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna kind of let that sit there. And then we're gonna do our brows. I'm just gonna start. So I'm just gonna kind of, see how it just like kind of starts to just blend in so naturally with my brow hairs. Like, the formula of this almost feels like a pomade. See that? So I don't know, I just really like it. I've been really enjoying it. and it just feels everything so nice. Yeah, I don't know why I've been really liking putting brow gel before putting any brow product. I can't even give you a real reason why. I've just been really enjoying it. Going so much better. The other day I tried to film this makeup tutorial and I didn't have any contacts left. I had to wait till the next day, so I was trying to film this with absolutely no contact lenses and I couldn't see the viewfinder and it was just coming out as a mess, and then my battery ran out. It was really bad. So I'm pretty happy with that brow. Now what we're going to do is clean out my brows. So a concealer that I've been really liking, that I've talked about in my past makeup tutorials, this is the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Concealer. I love this concealer. As you guys can see, I have really bad under eye circles. It's a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape. I feel like I haven't talked about makeup in so long that I feel kind of like nervous talking about it. I feel like $30 for concealer is just way too much. I'm not too sure how much this one is, but it's nowhere near $30, and I feel like it brings a lot and it lasts me a really long time, and I genuinely like the formula of it. So I'm going to grab some of this concealer and I'm going to clean out my brows. You guys already know my holy grail. This is the Wet n Wild angled brush. I don't even think you can see where it used to say Wet n Wild. So here's the little angled brush that I use to clean out my brows. This is my baby. I am never going to use anything else. I've been using this for literally years, and yeah, you can find this at the dollar store. I think it's a little more expensive like at the drugstore. So I think at the dollar store you can get it for exactly $1. I think at the drugstore it's maybe like $3. I'm not too sure. But if you're gonna get it, go to the dollar and get all these brushes. The dollar store always has Wet n Wild brushes and they're so good. If you guys are thinking about getting drugstore brushes, honestly, Wet n Wild brushes are so affordable and they're so nice. Carving out my brows is a little harder now with all this hair because I need to use more concealer, but it's chilling. Is anyone else growing out their brows during quarantine like me? And there's our brow. Alright, we love her. And then usually I just kind of put the rest of the concealer up here. Since we do brows here first, I don't know how you guys do face makeup first and then brows last. I could never. And I'm gonna do my other brow and then I'll be right back, because if not then this video is gonna be so long and then comes the annoying comments. So give me a sec, I'll be back. Eyebrows are on, so now it's time for eyes. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of the concealer on my eyes to prep for eyeshadow. And now to blend this out, I'm actually going to be using my two new beauty sponges. These look like the Japanese ones, right? But it's not. I don't know how to pronounce this brand or whatever it is, but it came in a 2-pack for I think $5, I want to say, and I really like them. They do their job and they're nice and what's that word I'm looking for? Bouncy, exactly what you want. They're not stiff at all. And they had the Japanese sponge, and I've been looking for the Japanese sponge for a really long time because I've heard really good reviews on it, but it was either $10 for one or 2 for $5. And you know what, you guys? I said, give me the one that's 2 for $5, and I don't regret it at all. So now that we got our concealer nice and blended, I'm going to set my eyes. Again, another favorite, Reliable, my Air Sponge Translucent Powder. I love this stuff. I don't know, you guys, I just find it so hard for me to buy almost $40 translucent powders when you can get this huge thing that's just as good for not even for less than half of the price of that. I love my Air Sponge. That's my ride or die, baby. Next, we're going to move on to eyes, and I found this palette from Profusion Cosmetics, and this is the Max one. Look at these colors, and you're not even gonna believe for how much I got this for. I think I got this, again, less than $5, no more than $5. I saw it and I had to pick it up. I'm gonna do something pretty simple today, nothing crazy. I'm just gonna go in first with the color Proud. So I'm gonna go in with this color right here with a Morphe E27 brush, and I'm just gonna start to put this all over my eye. I've noticed that I've become really lazy when it comes to eyeshadows. Like before, I used to be all about the cut crease all the time, but as of recently, I'm just like browns, smoky liner, and put on some big lashes and call it a day, sister. I don't know, I really like this, you guys. For $4, let's say $5. For $5, it's just crazy to me. Crazy to me how pigmented, look how easy it's like blending out. Today's Sunday, I'm chilling in my big ass Adidas shirt. I just kind of want to show you like how good this palette is. I want to talk mainly about the products not so much like this be like a makeup look. So then I'm gonna go in with the lighter shade, and I'm gonna put that like right here. I think I'm gonna go for Fly, and I'm gonna use this Morphe brush that has no number on it. So as you can see, so it's starting to look a little light to dark. That's what we want. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but you can kind of tell we're going from like light to dark, that very Kylie Jenner flawless eyeshadow. That's all I'm gonna do. And then I'm gonna take this Morphe R39 brush, and I'm gonna go in with the shade Fire and Fuse. I'm gonna kind of mix those two together, and I'm gonna go in my crease. I don't know, I've been really enjoying this palette for like a basic eye look, because I've already like worn out all of my other palettes. Like I'm getting bored of them, so just using a new palette just gets exciting. As you can see, it's blending out really nice. I really like how it's coming out. So after that, we're gonna go ahead and kind of give like a little tiny smoke liner effect. I'm gonna use the darkest color, which is Devious. I'm gonna use this Benefit brow pencil, and I'm gonna just start to So now we kind of have like a little smoke liner effect. Again, you guys, I've been really liking like effortless makeup looks and just kind of letting the lashes like do most of the work. Like I kind of like the whole smoked out, everything kind of just blends together look. I already did the other eye, so this is what we're looking like. So now we're gonna talk about lashes, and I'm the most excited about this because these are my favorite lashes, and they're from Walmart, and they're Salon Perfect lashes. This isn't sponsored, by the way. I wish it was. They totally should, because these are my ride or dies. I got 3, so these are kind of like double stacked wispies, but so much better and longer. I love Ardell wispies, but I have such big eyes and such big lid space that like when I put them on, it looks like I literally have nothing on. So these are just like those, but 10 times longer. And then I got these pre-permed push up lash lift ones, which look like lash extensions. $6 for 2 lashes, and they're amazing. I love Salon Perfect lashes. And the last ones that I got, these are the ones that I use the most when I go out. These are the extension seeker ones, and this is in the C curl. These are my favorite. These for like everyday like wear, like nothing too crazy. But these, if you're gonna get any of all these 3, get these. These are amazing. You guys will see right now. They just shape the eye so beautifully, and I love them. Also, I don't know if I've talked about this, but one of my drugstore favorites has been this Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive, and this is the one with aloe. I love this lash glue. It literally dries up so quick. It doesn't irritate your eyes, and it's the best. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put on these lashes. I'm so excited. For a minute, I was using the Kiss Lash Couture ones, which I also love as well, but I was only using those because every time I'd go to Walmart, I would never find these. They would always be sold out. So when I went and I saw that they had all of these new lashes, not new ones, but that they were in stock with like all of these, I grabbed them all, and I couldn't say no. Like, look at this. These are my babies. If you guys haven't tried them, you need to try them. They're so bomb. Alrighty, and there you have it, our lashes. I know they seem a little dramatic, you guys, but I love dramatic eyelashes, especially when you don't do too much on the eyes. I feel like it just looks so beautiful. So now we're gonna move on to face. Now this is one of the products that I've been the most excited about, and this is the Wet n Wild Prime Focus Primer Serum, and this is in the hydrating one. This smells so delicious, and I've really like this. So I really did not expect to like it this much. It doesn't feel very serum-y. It feels kind of like water-based. It feels really watery, but it feels so refreshing and so good. For primer, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. This primer is said to be like the Tatcha. I've only used samples of the products, but apparently they have a primer that's just like this, and it's a great dupe. So from word of mouth, I've heard that it's a great dupe. So I don't know, have you guys tried it? Tatcha primer, I heard it's like almost like $100. I ain't paying no $100 for a primer, baby. It's not happening. So as you can see, this one has been used a lot, and I've really been enjoying it. And this one is the poreless one. So I'm gonna put some on my knuckle and put some around my nose. So I got these long ass nails again, so I like to put it right here around my nose area, under my nose. Like, these two together have been like BFFs. This combo of the serum and this primer has been it for me, you guys. So now that we got that all blended into the skin, my skin is feeling so hydrated and so great. It's time for foundation. So for foundation, this is, I'm sure, a favorite that everyone knows. This is like the famous, this is like the famous like $5 foundation from Wet n Wild, and I am in the shade Golden Beige. I've recently picked this one up. This used to be a favorite of mine a really long time ago, but I completely forgot about it, so I decided to re-up, and this is in the dewy one. I think the one that I used to use is the matte one, or like just the regular one. They have two now, because this says new, because I didn't know they had a dewy formula. Like I said before, during this quarantine my skin has been all over the place, but most of the time it's been super dry. So for the most part it's been super dry. So when I saw that they came out with the dewy one, I was like, oh shit, and it's cheap. I'm like, give it to me. So I'm just going to put some on, and it's super lightweight. I think it's like a nice like medium coverage. Like if you put on enough, it can be a pretty full coverage, and I really like it, mostly because I hate the feeling of a lot of makeup on my face. This one just makes it feel super lightweight, like almost like you have nothing on the skin, and with the combination of the two primers that just make your skin feel so refreshed. So I like to use very lightweight foundation, something that feels like there's not a lot on my skin. I don't know, Wet n Wild's been killing the game, baby, killing the game on this affordable makeup. My skin feels so refreshed right now, and it's crazy, because before with my other products, like I don't know, I felt like something was missing. Like my makeup looked good, but it genuinely just didn't feel good on my skin. Like it kind of felt like it was maybe drying it out a little bit. So now that we got the foundation on, now it's time to conceal. So I like to mix two concealers. I'm gonna be using the L'Oreal one that I told you guys about, and another one that you guys need to go buy is this e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. Their camo concealers are so amazing. Again, I got hydrating because my skin has been really dry, and you can tell it's literally almost done. I love this concealer so much. I got it in a shade a little too light, and I kind of use it to highlight, but they're full coverage, they're very hydrating, and I love them. So I'm gonna use a little bit of this. So this one is a lighter shade than the one that I used before. This is in 380 Pecan, and then I'm just going to actually blend this out first, and then we're going to add our highlighting concealer. And I like to use like this side of this type of blender, just because it gives you a really nice precise blend, and it helps like cut off the eyeshadow really nice. It'd be pretty cool to get like a sponsorship with like a makeup brand. I've never had a sponsorship with a makeup brand, but I feel like it'd be really cool. It'd be a pretty cool experience. So I'm gonna use a little bit of this e.l.f. one to kind of highlight, and I'm gonna put a little bit under my nose. As you can see, it's very light. I like to use like where I use my foundation, just so it can kind of blend out seamlessly and not too harsh. I like a subtle highlight. See, so it highlighted but not too much. Perfect. And then we're going to set our face with my air sponge. I don't know, this combo has just been like, even when I put on translucent powder, like there was times where like in my old makeup routine and my old primers, that every time I would put on translucent powder, like don't you feel like it would ever like stick to your face, and you would feel your face kind of like. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of let my face sit for a sec, and then it's time for bronzer and highlights. Those babies are good. Okay, so now that we're all nice and baked, I'm gonna actually finish my eyes. So we're just gonna go in with a combination of the dark brown colors, and we're just going to smoke out our lower lash line, so you guys can see how pigmented that color is. I'm telling you, this palette for the price, look at that. And they have a lot of other palettes too, which I want to try actually. Okay, so now that we got our lower lash line all smoked out, again, this is the Profusion Mattes palette. So now I'm actually going to put on a nude eyeliner. I know it's been a really long time since I've used a nude eyeliner. Usually I just kind of like get a wipe and kind of just clean it out, and it'll give that effect. But I've been really looking for a nude eyeliner, and for a minute I was using the Wet n Wild one, but that one does dry out really quick. Like it's maybe good for like 2 or 3 uses. This one I've been really enjoying. This is the Rimmel London Scandal Eyes 24-hour eyeliner. So as you can see, it's like super creamy, and it just looks so beautiful. I totally forgot about nude eyeliner, and I was like, oh my god, I forgot how beautiful nude eyeliner makes your eye look. And you see how creamy it went on. It didn't even budge my eyes or like tug. I highly recommend it, and I think it's like $4. And then I'm just going to put some mascara on my lower lash line. And this is the Big Eyes, the Falsies. I think, is this Maybelline? What is this? It comes like in 2 sides. So it comes like in this little one, and then a regular size one for your upper lashes. I use it for mostly the bottom one. As you guys know, my trick, I like to use, this is the Lash Paradise from L'Oreal, and this is the waterproof one. I love to use waterproof mascara on my lower lash line because I feel like it just lasts so much longer and it doesn't smudge under your makeup. So what I like to do is use this brush and use the formula of the waterproof L'Oreal one, and then I'll just go in on my lower lash line. That's been one of my all-time favorite tricks. How you guys, wow, dude. You're always fucking looking at me, dude. Now it's time to finish the face. I'm sorry if the lighting has changed. It's starting to rain, so I'm gonna try to go through this as much as I can before it gets too dark in my room. But now we're going to go into a bronzer. So for bronzer, I'm gonna be using this Wet n Wild Ticket to Brazil bronzer. Now I know it looks really, really light compared to what I usually use, and you guys know that my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer is my ride or die bronzer. But this one I've been really liking because it's really subtle and it looks really natural. This one just gives it like a really nice natural glow. I'm gonna be using this Luxie 522 tapered highlighter brush. I use this for bronzer, and you definitely have to build it in because it is a little lighter, but you'll definitely notice. And this one just gave me such a nice natural glow that I fell in love with, and it almost seems like I didn't put on any bronzer. It just kind of looks like from within, and I kind of like to bring it in a little bit. So you see like my face got like a little more, got a little darker, got a little bronze, but it doesn't look as harsh as when I use my other bronzer. I really did not think that I was gonna like it as much when I first got it, but I'm upset. Like, you wouldn't think that this is a bronzer. This kind of looks like blush, but it's a bronzer and it looks beautiful. And then for blush, I'm also using this Wet n Wild. It also says that it's new, and this is, oh no, this isn't new. I've had this blush before. It's just different packaging. I remember this name, Mellow Wine. Well, this isn't new, I guess. This is an old favorite of mine. This is the Mellow Wine blush. A beautiful, beautiful wine-ish blush. Look at that. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous blush. Apparently, I thought I got a new one, but this is an oldie, but a goodie, bringing back memories. And I'm just gonna use this Morphe E53 brush and put it on my cheeks, and it looks so beautiful. And there you go, something really subtle, but you can tell that it's there. Oh, why don't you look at that? And for highlight, this right here. This isn't really new. This is their loose highlighting powder, and this is in I'm So Lit. You guys, wait till you see this shit. This is crazy. So I'm gonna use my Morphe M501 brush, and I'm just gonna literally, like, there's like basically nothing on here. Look at this. And I like to put here, so when I take pictures, the highlight speaks for itself. And now it's time for lips, and this lip liner is actually an oldie but a goodie. I've been using this lip liner for literally years. Like, this is probably one of the lip liners that I first started using when I started to do makeup and get really into like mauves and like different nudes and stuff like that. It's that perfect in between mauve and brown. Like, it's not mauve, but it's not brown. It's like a perfect in the middle, and it's again an 09 Spice. Amazing, such a good lip liner. All right, and then for the center, I'm going to use this Maybelline lipstick in 177 Bare Reveal. This is the cream one. Again, my face, my lips have been super, super dry lately, so I got the cream instead of the matte. And I'm just gonna put a little bit in the middle. And then I'm going to use this e.l.f. lip gloss. This is the lip lacquer. And this is just in the clear one. Right? Ah, we're done! So now, to finish off this look, I'm going to go back to the Hard Candy Hydrating Mist, and I'm gonna set this face. You're gonna see just a little 1, 2, 3, 4. Alrighty guys, and that's about it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this kind of full face of my drugstore favorites that I've been really, really enjoying. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below for more videos every single week. If you guys did enjoy this makeup tutorial, let me know down below. Let me know what other videos you would like to see from me. Again, I purchased everything from Walmart. I'm a huge drugstore makeup fan. Let me know down below what are your favorite drugstore makeup goodies. And yeah, make sure to follow me on all my social medias. I'm on Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Always remember to be kind to one another. I love you guys so much. I will see you on my next one.